There are few sounds in the world as comforting as a cat purring. It's that soft, rumbling motor we just automatically connect with happiness. But what if that sound is way more complicated than we think? What if it's hiding a scientific mystery that we are, believe it or not, only just starting to solve? So let's start by kind of blowing up the one thing we all think we know about the purr. Right? We all do. Our cat jumps on our lap, we start petting them, that little engine starts up, and we think, success, a happy cat. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. It's only a tiny, tiny piece of a much bigger puzzle. And this is where it all gets really weird. Why on earth would an animal purr when it's terrified at the vet's office, or when it's hurt, or even while giving birth? It doesn't make sense, right? Wasting energy like that? Well, that exact contradiction has been baffling scientists for years, and it's the core mystery we're going to unravel today.
So here's the game plan. We're going to see why the purr is so much more than a happy sound. We'll take a peek inside the purr engine itself. Then we'll dive into the secret language of purrs, reveal an incredible built-in superpower they have, and finally, help you figure out what your own cat is actually saying. Okay, so let's tackle this central mystery head on. First things first, we have to completely rethink what a purr is. It's not just a mood indicator. No, it's this incredibly sophisticated tool cats use for, well, pretty much everything. I mean, just look at this list. A cat purrs when it's totally chilled out on your lap, absolutely. But it also purrs when it's scared, when it's hurt, even in its final moments. That range tells us one thing for sure. This sound has a much, much deeper purpose than just saying, I feel good. And to figure out that purpose, we first need to understand how they even make the sound. For the longest time, nobody really knew how the purr worked. It was a total black box. But figuring out the how gives us some huge clues about the why. And it all starts with this one key difference that basically splits the entire cat family right down the middle. So, check this out. The rule is pretty simple. A cat can either purr or it can roar. It can't do both. It all comes down to a little thing called the hyoid bone in their throat. In our house cats, it's solid bone. It vibrates and lets them create that continuous purr as they breathe in and out. But in big cats like a lion, they have a flexible bit of cartilage there instead. That lets them let out a massive roar, but it makes purring physically impossible. But that's not even the whole story. Yeah, for about half a century, the thinking was that purring needed constant brain signals telling the muscles to twitch over and over. But just last year, some brand new research came out that completely flipped the script. It suggests the purr might be way more effortless than we ever thought. So to get this new idea, we have to talk about something you might have heard of called vocal fry. You know that low, kind of creaky, relaxed sound humans make, sometimes at the end of a sentence? It happens when our vocal cords vibrate really slowly without much effort. Well, it turns out cats might just be the world champions of vocal fry. What these scientists found were these amazing little things called purring pads right inside the cat's vocal cords. They're these little bits of tissue that add weight, slowing the vibration way, way down to create that deep 20 to 30 hertz rumble. So here's the kicker. The purr doesn't need constant muscle flexing. The brain sends one signal to get it started, and then these pads let the purr just keep going, almost on its own. It's an unbelievably efficient system. All right, so we know how the purr engine works. Now for the fun part. What is that engine actually saying? Because it is so much more than just a feeling. It's a full-on language. The purr is the very first language a kitten ever experiences. They're born blind and deaf, but they can feel vibrations. So their mom's purr is literally a homing beacon, guiding them to safety and food. And then they purr back, which is their way of saying, hey, I'm here, I'm okay, getting milk. It's their first and most important conversation. But here's the thing. As cats started living with us, they got smart. They adapted that ancient language and developed a brand new type of purr, one that's designed specifically for us humans. And let's be real, it's a secret weapon they use to get exactly what they want. And this is where it gets really brilliant. A normal, happy purr just rumbles along at that low 20 to 30 hertz frequency. It's super calming. But when a cat wants something, like right now, they switch to what scientists call a solicitation purr. It still has that low rumble, but they sneak a high-frequency cry right into the middle of it. And that hidden cry is very specific. It's pitched right around 380 hertz. It just makes the whole sound feel more urgent, a little bit whiny, and frankly, really hard to ignore. But why that number? Why does it work so well on us?
Because it's in the exact same range as a human baby's cry. No joke. Our brains are biologically wired to hear that sound and feel an urgent need to help. Cats literally figured out how to hack our parenting instincts. It is a subtle but totally powerful way to make sure we get up off the couch and fill that food bowl. Okay, so purrs are for communication, even for manipulation. But now we get to the most amazing reason of all. This is the one that finally explains why they purr when they're hurt. The purr isn't just a sound, it's a built-in healing machine. The frequency of a house cat's purr almost always falls somewhere between 25 and 150 hertz. And that is absolutely not a coincidence. Turns out, this very specific range of vibrations has some pretty incredible therapeutic effects. Seriously, look at this. In human medicine, we use vibration therapy with these exact same frequencies. Frequencies around 25 and 50 hertz help bones heal faster. Around 100 hertz can help with pain relief, and 120 hertz is used to help repair tendons. A cat's purr contains all of these healing vibrations, naturally. So when a cat is hurt or stressed, it's basically giving itself physical therapy. The vibrations can help mend bones, repair tissues, and even release pain-relieving endorphins. This also explains that old saying about cats having 9 lives. They heal incredibly fast. It's like a low-effort internal workout that keeps their bones and muscles strong, even when they're just lounging around all day. Okay, so we've looked at the mechanics, the language, and the literal superpower of the purr. Let's put it all together now, so you can become a true expert at decoding your own cat. The big takeaway is this: the purr isn't one thing. It's a Swiss Army knife for survival. So yes, it can absolutely mean your cat is happy and content, but it's also a vital communication tool, a seriously clever way to get what they want, and an incredible self-healing mechanism. It's one of the most efficient gadgets in the entire animal kingdom. So from now on, when you hear that purr, just take a second and play detective. Don't just assume they're happy. Ask yourself, what's going on right now? Are they relaxed? Is it dinner time? Do they seem a little bit off? Or maybe they're just trying to soothe themselves. Because the context is everything. The sound is just where the message begins. So there you have it, the hidden science behind one of our favorite sounds. It's not just affection. It's a language, a survival tool, and a superpower all rolled into one. Now I really want to know, what's your cat's purr like? Is it a constant rumble, or do you only hear it on special occasions? Have you ever heard that special feed me purr? Let us know all about it in the comments below.